Hey guys, I just wanted to kind of do a little bit more of a casual video today. We're just going to be talking a little bit about setting goals. And I know that a lot of people, particularly around this time of year, I'm recording this around Christmas time, are thinking about their goals for next year. And I just wanted to give you a couple of things to think about before you kind of tick off the new goals. So the first thing that I would love for you to do is think about what you've actually achieved. And it can be in the last 12 months if you're doing this around New Year's time, or just in the last sort of 6 months, whatever it is. But I want you to really give yourself credit for what you've already done. And I know that lots of you are going to be like, oh, I didn't achieve anything, because that's just the way that we're wired sometimes. But you will have. So even if you got up on stage and it was the worst performance that you've ever done, and you went off stage and you cried and you rocked in the fetal position, we've all been there, that's still amazing because you got up on stage. So that would be what you would actually write down, or you don't have to write it down, just thinking about what you've actually managed to achieve. You go, I had the balls to go up on stage. How huge is that? Like, that's amazing. Maybe it's that you've mastered your breathing. So you're like, I don't need to think about breathing anymore. I'm nailing this, tick. Start thinking about what you've actually achieved, because otherwise it just feels like such a slog. We're like, I haven't done anything. My voice isn't going anywhere. When in reality, you're making huge amounts of progress, and you're just not giving yourself enough credit. So please take the time to do that. I know it seems like a kind of positive thinking BS thing, but it's really, really important. And I'm just really into positive thinking. So the second thing is that I want you to ask yourself why you really want this. So a lot of the time we come up with goals that are kind of not really about what we want in our hearts. It's just really what we want in our heads, or what we think should be good, or what we think other people will see as successful. So if you're really, really wanting to be famous, or you're wanting to sell a certain amount of albums, or you're wanting to have a certain amount of followers on social media, like what does that really give you? Like, what does that mean? It might be a better goal to really think about, like, what would I love to create, no matter what anybody says, no matter what people's opinions are of me, or what do I really want to do with my voice so that I can make the music that I really, really want to, or so that I can go and perform in the types of shows that I want to. It's not about, what you kind of get from other people, or what other people tell you is good enough. So really make sure that you tap in and ask what you want, and make sure that it's for the right reasons, rather than you wanting other people to tell you that you're good enough, because you are so good enough. And I've already done a video on that, and you can go watch it if you feel the need to. Number 3, yes, please don't say I want to be a good singer, or I want to be good at this song, or I want to be good at belting, or whatever it is, because good means absolutely nothing. What is that? So does it mean that you can belt without straining? Does it mean that you can keep this certain note in a song in a particular mix? Does it mean that you feel completely free and you take your hands off the wheel and something really pleasant in terms of the way that it feels comes out? Like, what does it actually mean to be good? And I get this so much from students, and it's so frustrating. Not really for me, but more for them, because when are you going to reach good if you don't specifically say what good means? So please be really specific on it. That way you can actually know if you've got there, if you've achieved it. So yeah, just really be specific about if it's a technique that you're wanting, or an outcome with a particular song, or maybe it's what your performance or your recording, whatever it is. Number 4, be patient. And this is coming from a super impatient person. But we look at our idols and we see them where they are at now, and we compare ourselves to that. So, Beyonce was singing from when she was yay high, and you're comparing yourself to Queen Bee now. It's ludicrous. Like, she wasn't built in a day. There's years and years where even if you listen to old Destiny's Child recordings, her voice has matured and it's become richer over those number of years. So please don't think that you should be there now. Be kind to yourself, because this is a journey, and the more that you set these kind of unrealistic expectations on yourself, the worse this is gonna feel. The singing journey should actually be really fun, and we make it so serious by setting ourselves up for failure. So if it is about getting out and performing in front of people, maybe you perform in front of one person, and you don't say that it has to sound a certain way, and it doesn't have to feel a certain way. You just go, I've just got to get out there and do that. And maybe that's enough. Maybe the next time you try to have a little bit less tension with it, or the next time you perform to 2 people, like, be really kind to yourself, because this is a vulnerable thing to do. So I want you to be able to set yourself up for, your version of success. I don't like the S word, but your version of success in a really realistic way. So some of the time we're going to feel like we're getting better and better and better and better. And sometimes we're going to get better. We're going to have this whoa moment, and our technique is just going to, we're going to learn something that just blows our minds. And then we're going to plateau for a while. And you've kind of got to be okay with that. You've got to enjoy where you're at in the moment, and maybe just play around with something else, play around with a new style, keep yourself interested while you plateau, and then there'll be something else. But it's a long journey. And so you've got to prepare snacks, yeah? You've got to give yourself little high fives along the way. You don't have to physically do it, but sometimes that's fun. So acknowledge where you've come from is really, really important, and just setting yourself up for easy little wins rather than huge things that you're just not going to be able to tick off in a 12 or 6 month period. So I hope that that's helpful. I would love to hear from you guys. Leave a comment below if you've got any singing goals or you've got any questions for me. And if you've got other singers that you think might benefit from this video, share away. No pressure, but I love making these videos for you guys. I hope this is helpful, and I will see you next time. Bye.